The days after Thanksgiving are prime time for leftovers. But what about the rest of the year? Nancy Giles has some food for thought.
Oh, that is nice. So we're gonna bring this up to a simmer.
For chef and recipe developer Chris Morocco, leftovers are a family affair.
It's a big piece of jalapeno, my friend. Ingredients are here.
He's the food director of Bon Appétit and Epicurious. But at home,
Maybe just a pinch of salt.
he's a dad, catering to the tastes of discerning preteens. On the menu tonight, last night's potatoes with a twist.
Simply reheating an already roasted potato, isn't that compelling?
So with a little ingenuity, leftover mashed potatoes become creamy potato soup.
Oh my goodness, that's good.
Flatten, and we want to press down until it's
Leftover boiled potatoes are transformed into delectable potato nachos.
That started out as like a pretty sad, let's face it, boiled potato, and they have like totally been reborn. Nobody wants to sit down to cook dinner on a Tuesday night and have to start from absolute scratch. So leftovers, I think, can factor into how you can get dinner on the table just that much faster.
The urge to salvage food scraps is evident as far back as the Gospels. After a satisfying meal, Jesus said to his disciples, "Gather up the fragments that remain, that nothing be lost."
In the Tudor era, food is seen as this kind of ultimate gift from God. So ultimately, to waste food is seen as a sin.
Eleanor Barnett is a food historian and author of a book on the history of leftovers.
There's preachers who tell these stories about if you do waste your food, you're going to end up in hell and that kind of thing.
What does the history of leftovers say about who we are as a people?
What we choose to discard, I think, shows us what we value and what we perhaps don't value. A third of the food we produce globally today goes to waste, and that can only be because we don't appreciate it. We don't see the value in it in the way that our ancestors certainly did.
Nonetheless, today there are leftovers cookbooks, leftovers tips on social media.
Essentially what you did, you took a veal marsala dish and you turned it into a deconstructed banh mi sandwich. Amazing.
Thank you.
Even a leftovers-themed cooking show.
I cannot believe you turned your tamale into the gnocchi.
It's so tasty.
Sure, Chris Morocco can whip up leftovers in his kitchen, but how would he fare on someone else's turf?
Let me show you what I've got here.
All right, yeah.
Behold, my fridge.
There's pork and plantains and yellow rice with black beans.
Let's pop the lids and let's see
All
what's
right.
under the hood there.
Chris has agreed to transform my leftover Cuban food into entirely new dishes.
Next, let's sort of bring this cabbage back from the dead.
And after a few false starts,
I'm not good at cutting onions. I tend to do
yeah?
it wrong
Oh,
somehow.
okay.
Not that there's any wrong way, but
Well, maybe there
been
is,
told
though.
you're doing
Okay, soup for
okay.
you.
dinner is served. Pasta and bean soup with kale and pork and cabbage stir fry with rice.
I'm so blown away by
I just love how all the textures of these things feel completely different from
I
where they
know.
started out. I really like manipulating the things I have on hand, and I really like pulling the feeling of like, yeah, I pulled a rabbit out of a hat here, or at least dinner out of a hat.
So whether it's Thanksgiving weekend or any old weekend, the sky's the limit when you look at last night's leftovers in a whole new light.
Give yourself a head start when it comes to how you cook throughout the week. Think about how basic prepared ingredients can become multiple things, and I just think you will be a happier cook for it. Not bad, right?